right, good morning out there. Today is Friday, October 10th, 2025. I'm Anthony, and this is Drive Dive. So please like and subscribe. Give us a listen, trying to make something out of my commute time, recording videos, daily thoughts, some insights into my life, asking for some feedback and questions, answers to some questions from you. Just to I think I'm trying to get a sense of how much of my struggles are like normal, right? Normal adulting, things everybody are dealing with, just like what are we doing about it, So for me, right, I've shared in recent videos that I started a new job, 8-hour work days, which nothing to complain about, but I have this hour-long drive now, right? I was working on like 45-50 minutes, in my previous district teaching, but now it really is like a solid hour in the morning and definitely an hour in the afternoon. Last week I had traffic on 78 and it took me 90 minutes to get home, and so that was a little rough, but trying to feel good, feel better about these drives and making some progress towards some things, right? And so but with that, essentially then 50 hours a week dedicated solely to work, I mean, it's hard to get much of anything else done, between yard work and just cleaning up the house and laundry and spending time with kids, spending time with my wife. It's really hard to find any of the time. Other hobbies include, right, I like to work out, which I would love, for 3 hours a week, right? Just give me an hour 3 days a week. Other than that, I try for 15-20 minutes of cardio, just walking on a treadmill, every night to get that step count up. But it's a struggle, man. It is a struggle, and trying to figure out what to hire for. If I decide I want to offload something onto a paid service, well, now I have to find this service, right? Reputable people to come and do this work. I want to say reasonably priced, but at the end of the day, I'm kind of even if it's not reasonably priced and I can afford it, then I'm just going to do it. And I don't know, is that going to make me feel better, happier? I mean, I generally do feel kind of just relaxed, better, right? Since this job, I don't know if you can tell in previous videos where I was really, really, really anxious a lot of the time, not feeling fully fulfilled in my work, not feeling fully appreciated or understanding where it's going, sort of thing, can I do this forever types of questions. We're now in my new district working with some folks I know and in a role I'm comfortable. I feel yes, this is sustainable and I can do this for a while. So, I'm relaxed in that regard, but still have these questions of, right, due to time constraints and limitations, what am I going to do, in order to free up some time and so it's tough. I mean, I'm grateful that, like I said, with the job, we are planning a vacation, right? We'll be able to do things like that, but in between these vacations, things are a little rough. Things are a little rough, Yeah, and it just gets repetitive, doing prepping lunch every morning, is it something where you could shift those things to maybe one day a week and just packing up the fridge, everything in containers, but maybe that lunch you packed on Sunday for Friday, right? Ugh, by the time it gets to Friday, parts of it aren't that savory anymore, potentially. I don't know. Something worth trying though, right? You can't knock it till you try it. Does that help? Do you designate a day to laundry, or are you kind of just whenever the basket's full doing laundry, where it can kind of happen at any time? And does that mean it's more of a bother, a pester on your mind, through at all times, right? Instead of just knowing that I have this time and I have this place, even if it's during the week, I don't care, right? But if you have a designated day and time to take care of it, you don't have to think about it otherwise, right? So just wondering, how we structure our days and chores, and especially if you're right, you got two working adults in the house, 2 kids in the house. We're in what is it? I guess a three bedroom ranch, on almost 2 acres of property. Right, we do have a pool. It's just a lot to manage and try to tackle. I don't know. So, any tips out there, or any advice from you? Any books I should read on the topic, or people I should follow and subscribe to on the topic? Please comment down below. Looking for some answers. But if no answers, I hope this video at least shares I don't know, again, some insight. Misery loves company. Again, not that I'm miserable, but you can at least watch this and go, oh, yeah. Like, I experienced that too. It's not so, not so uncommon. Yeah, I don't know. That's it. And like I said, I'm just recording these while I drive. I'd stopped doing it for a little while, but then my son, reminded me that I reminded him, to really not waste time, try to do as much as you can with your time. So, with that, I hope you enjoyed watching. Please like, subscribe, comment down below. Thoughts on just managing time, responsibilities, I don't know, even job satisfaction and things of that sort would be greatly appreciated. And I will, I don't know. Hope you have a good Friday. Enjoy the weekend, and maybe I'll catch you Monday morning. Take care.